Hey guys, John Ryback here at the WellBridge Clinic. Just wanted to touch base with you today and share some information that I think is really important for you. Today I want to talk about GMOs and why they're really important to be wary of. So here's a really good example of it. Not too long ago, I was sitting on one of the bridges here in Portland, Oregon, and the bridge is going up, waiting for a tugboat to go underneath it. And as I sat there waiting, I noticed that the bumper sticker in the car in front of me said, "I love gluten." Now, that's fabulous. Everybody knows somebody that's gluten free or gluten sensitive. And there's a good reason for that, and something that we all need to be more aware of. Now, gluten is something that comes naturally, and you may have noticed that, especially when your grandparents look at you funny when you say something about gluten sensitivity, it's because this is a pretty new phenomenon in the world. And you have to stop and think about, well, why? And here's why. So, one of the aspects that you need to be aware of when it comes to gluten is that gluten's an antifungal. It limits fungal growth in wheat. It protects it so that wheat can germinate. So that's Mother Nature's protection to make sure that wheat keeps growing every single season. Now, here's where the catch is that food processors recognize that the wheat is that has more gluten in it has a longer shelf life. So, in a process of selective breeding, there was more wheat was grown that had a tendency to have more gluten in it. Now, thing is that antifungal property also tends to increase of gluten tends to increase inflammation in our bodies. So, as gluten was bred into the wheat that we eat, so was that increase also increased inflammation in people that had greater susceptibility. So now there's an increased shelf life of all of our bread, which really is important to a certain extent, but it fails to recognize the fact that that gluten also is increasing inflammation. And in a recent study that I read, the wheat that we have now today has 8 to 12 times more gluten in it than it did in an heirloom wheat. So that is an example of what makes GMO really important to be wary of and why it's really kind of dangerous. So I hope that's helpful for you all to actually wrap your head around what GMO is and gluten sensitivity and why that's really important to a lot of people and how it affects our health and our food system as a whole and what the rationale is behind it. And not that that's all bad, but we need to be informed as consumers and as we take care of our own body. So I'm John Ryback at the WellBridge Clinic. Please take a moment to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we'll continue to make sure that you all are empowered and thriving with your health. Thanks for watching.